All right, guys, welcome. I am Ina, and I'm here with my beloved friend Anne. And and Anne and I just wanted to have a really fun conversation about this new program that launches on Monday called the New Relationship Paradigm. And I'm taking a group of people on a 6-week journey into really uncovering our relationships with ourselves and our relationships with our mates in all aspects of being single and drawing in a conscious relationship, or being in a relationship that you want to boost up, or figuring out how to really lovingly, consciously uncouple from a current relationship that you're in. And it's just going to be a powerful conversation about relationships, and we're channeling the Alchemists. There's going to be all kinds of stuff involved. And so I just wanted to kind of share the excitement of the conversation. And I wanted Anne to tell us a little bit about why you chose to be a part of the program and what's lighting you up about it.
Yeah. Okay. So there's two things that are really lighting me up. First, I just have to geek out a little bit on my favorite topic, which is the evolution of consciousness, because the whole new relationship paradigm is speaking to that. Like, we all have our own personal individual reasons why we want to have better relationships. And like you're speaking to, the new relationship paradigm is that place in our own development where we realize we don't have to do it how we've been unconsciously modeled or taught. We are free to create the relationships that help us all be our best damn self. And this is wide open new frontier. And as we're developing, the rewiring of our brain and the new habits of communication and new ways of being present with ourselves and each other, we haven't had role models, so we need a lot of tools to help deepen our own skills. And so it's bigger than just, really, I want a date that goes well. That is true. And it's also a part of something much, 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 much bigger. So for that context, that lights me up, because you are doing the work that's helping us all up level. And that touches everything. How we do one thing is how we do everything. And the relationships is so pivotal because it's all about who we are being. Okay, so there's that. And then, frankly, when the Alchemist said, we will help you boost your mating signal, I was like, oh my God, sign me up. Where is the sign up button? Because I am single, and I'm keenly aware of those that I've ended up either attracting or being attracted to, over the many, many, many years of my life. And the last few years has been really intensified of, that's it, I'm done. I'm not doing those old patterns. I have to clean up the part of me that keeps perpetuating that, like clean up on aisle 6. Oh my God, and my journey has continued to evolve. So I am, playing at a higher level now, but I don't want just average. I want awesome. Yeah. And that means if I want, on a scale of 1 to 10, I want the 10 relationship that is possible. I need to show up as the 10 version of me, which is all the inner work that I need to be doing. So, that whole personal journey for me is just perfect timing. And so I'm boosting my mating signal. That's why I'm excited. So how about you? Because I know this is like your baby. You are so good at the language of love and intimacy and connections and uncoupling, and what you've done with your uncoupling as co-parents is remarkable, just so unusual. So I really feel like this is one of your superpowers, and I have felt the energy that comes through when you're talking on this topic and when you're talking about love and your relationships, and you are so in your sweet spot. Like, this is you at your best. And I always love experiencing programs and experiences that are created by people in their sweet spot of being their best. So I know that of you, but I want to know your inner experience of what is it that's lighting you up, that you're feeling like, yeah, this is my baby, this is the best of me. Like, where is your excitement and your sweet spot?
Well, gosh, I have to say my sweet spot is exactly what you were talking about, in that I didn't have role models for what was possible in relationship, in in the new paradigm of relationship. So when I consciously uncoupled from my husband of 20 years with kids, I didn't have people showing me that it could be amazing, that it could be so loving, that it could be so heart opening, that it could be to a family of four creating so much more for our kids and for ourselves, and how much better life could be, and how it could be so kind and gentle and loving. And so I want more people. I'm very passionate about more people really getting what's possible in love as you step into it, and you step into it and you think, oh, relationships have to have this negative side or this hard side. And it's like, being in those hard places, when you go in from a place of opening up to love, like, there's just getting vulnerable in relationships, even in amazing relationships like I'm currently in the hard stuff, there's so much juice that causes a whole new universe of love. And the cool thing about our hearts is that they just keep getting more and more open, and more and more is possible in the layers of how you experience love that come from the harder experiences, opening up and softening and opening and getting bigger and getting bigger. So I literally feel like this program is physically creating a new paradigm of relationship that most of us don't have models for. So it's almost like we're creating new virtual models of relationships so that other people can start stepping into this realm, so that we can start experiencing ourselves in this realm. And I just want to speak to, like, how you said, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like you showing up as a 10 to bring in that relationship. I would even take it to, I want, on a scale of 1 to 10, we're actually creating ourselves from 100.
Yeah. See, that's why I'm signing up.
Because our old constructs had scaled to 1 to 10, and it's more like we're creating ourselves from infinity. Like, there's not even scale anymore. It's just like relationships, like, that we become so unraveled from our old patterns and our old constructs of what we thought love was supposed to be. Love coming together from two, like, wounded, broken inner child, like, like, I'm gonna love on you because I'm codependent, and you're gonna fill me up, and like, all of that old stuff is what we're unraveling and letting go of as we really come into relationship from a place of being whole and complete in who we are, and doing the deeper work and allowing the shadows to be our greatest light in whole new forms of relationship. So I'm so excited about this program. Like, I'm so excited because these are my favorite conversations to have, because it's so leading edge. It's like being the frontiers of love, like being on that leading edge of, oh, this is how you can create, and it's totally outside. We're going to talk about, outside of old concepts of marriage itself, like what committed relationship looks like in new forms of sacred contracts. And oh my God, it's just, yeah, there's going to be so much in this program. I'm so excited.
And I mean, we could go on and on all day, but we won't. But what you just touched on was that limitlessness of even imploding the entire notion or construct of scale of 1 to 10, or the definition of marriage or the definition of relationship, that is completely based on very limited thinking. But one of the reasons we don't create what we really want is infinity is too broad. And so we're wired to go to what's familiar because it feels safe. And so, that really connecting with, what do you want? What do I want? I want, this type of relationship as a co-parent. I want this type of relationship as a single person or as a partner, just really authentically owning our desires, and then allowing that to be the creative juice that kind of shapes what does that look like in action. This is where all of us are getting to build the muscle of creating something out of nothing that's just our desire, and then deciding what form should that take, and being the one that breaks the mold, right? And what I love about how you play is with channeling the Alchemist. It's not just this channeled woo la di da fluffy floaty stuff. It's this transmission of energy that feels like, oh, I am just in the frequency of love. So we get this cellular experience of, oh, this is what it feels like to come from love in the first place.
Yeah.
Source my creations instead of coming from lack. Like, we're coming from fullness because you create that space for us in the work that you do, and how you show up with that big, huge heart you have, and how you can create that energetically. But then it's also so pragmatic, like the very specific details of everything. You have just deep wisdom that comes through that's very practical and pragmatic. So, that's another thing that excites me, is that balance, and just being able to play in this space will be powerful. I can feel it already.
I love everything you just said, and that's true. So the collective that I channel, the Alchemists, are so loving. They are so the frequency of eternal, unconditional, divine love. And they are so good at helping us as spiritual beings, having a human experience, really deal with our human hearts, and bringing us into our bodies as spiritual beings and having a physical experience. And they're really good with the nitty gritty of relationships and sex and intimacy. There's like, it's all wide open. The Alchemists will go deep on all of that helps us be widely spiritual beings in a really juicy physical human experience. And that's relationship, right? It's like love, like out here, but yet intimacy and lovemaking. And it's like relationships are the perfect melding of both worlds, and all of that is part of this program.
Yeah.
Are you feeling Randy?
Yes, and taking it from the juicy to the logistical pragmatic side for a moment, the other thing that I'm keenly excited about is taking what feels like it's impossible, where it's a relationship that we can't change another person, it's not our job, all of that. So then we slip into, how do we show up? And what I love about how you work and how the Alchemists always frame their responses is just reminding us that we are the creator, and we are creating whatever that is, and we can change how we show up. And so for me, for example, I have a co-parenting relationship with my son's father, and it's good. It's going really, really well. And I would really love it to be awesome, the next level of open-heartedness. And that's my work, is how do I show up in a way that creates that experience of so much more open-heartedness in that dynamic, in a situation that, quote, feels impossible, right? To master my game and bring that. So as we're talking about uncoupling from old patterns, that dynamic, that's a huge one in my life that I want to bring some attention to. So just for me personally, that's another way that I'm excited about what's coming through, because how we do relationship is universal to all our relationships, and I want to up my game in all of every area. So this is going to be a powerful program. So thank you for putting it out there.
Oh my God. Yes. Yes, and that's going to be a part of this, is speaking to the miracles that are happening, that are possible in relationship when you don't think the other person can change, when they're so stuck in their patterns. And then when you shift and open your heart and step
Right.
forward, how someone who seems so stuck and immobile can just like soften.
Mhm.
And
Yeah. And, that's work that I've done and experienced for me personally many, many times in that co-parenting dynamic, navigating from through divorce to all of that. But I love this container that makes it a priority and helps me just stay focused on really exploring that. And that's why, your programs they just hold that space for focus and transformation to expand. And so it's just going to be an easy
well,
ride.
and one of the things that I personally love about all my programs is the amazing people that come together. Like, I am always so in love with the powerful, amazing tribe that comes together and the tapestry of energies in every program I do. And we're going to have a private Facebook space. So between the calls, all these amazing people can have deeper conversations, and we can take the conversation so much further over the next 6 weeks with people coming from all different relationship angles, but who are all aware, leading edge thinkers and feelers. So, there's going to be, it's a very multifaceted program that's going to give you a lot of opportunity to do the deeper inner self work while being held by not just the alchemists and me, but a pretty phenomenal tribe of people.
You do attract amazing people. That's why whoever's watching this video,
I know. Yay.
it'd be so good to play together. Okay, so tell us one more time, when does it start? Where do we go to sign up? I mean, I'm already in, but for everybody else who wants to play,
it starts in a couple days, Monday, June 5th. And it's going to be on a series of Mondays for the next 6 weeks. You get a private session with the Alchemists. There's a chance to upgrade to a menage a trois with the divine. If you're in a relationship and you want to take on actually a 3-month one-on-one with the Alchemists, that opportunity is there. Deep, deep, deep interpersonal coaching on a soul level. And so if you can't make the calls live, they're all going to be recorded, and you can submit your questions beforehand, so you'll still get to ask your questions. And yeah, Facebook group, there's going to be Q&As. There's going to be a new relationship paradigm activation call where the alchemists are going to be doing deep cellular DNA activation goodness in awakening to us to what's possible in relationship that we weren't able to see before. And oh my God. Oh yeah, Bree and Bjorn, my friends P and Bjorn are gonna come on, and they've been in a 20-year relationship with 3 kids, traveling all over the world, and they do radical relationship redesign like nobody's business, and they're gonna share their experience of a 20-year committed relationship. So there's just so much good stuff there. InaLucas.com, conscious relationships. I'll have the link right next to this video. Yeah, come sign up, join in.
Yeah.
If you're feeling a yes in your body, if you want to take your relationships further, this is a playground, and it's a safe, sacred, super fun, juicy container to dive deep into the new relationship paradigm.
One more logistical piece I want to just add is that one of the things that I find inspiring is you are, I think, sharing some of your personal experience with how you went through conscious uncoupling.
Yeah.
So one is divorce in mainstream scenario, and leaving a long marriage to become a really amazing co-parenting relationship.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That's an interesting story in itself that anybody in that situation is definitely going to benefit from. I know I've been really moved by it and gotten a lot of ideas for what it takes to show up in such a way that that's possible. That's huge. So that is also in there, as well as the juicy other stuff. So
yeah, I'm going to be sharing some really amazing things that I've learned from from uncoupling from my marriage, and also from being in my current twin flame relationship and all the ups and downs and juiciness that we've learned in that process. So there's going to be a lot of just really good information and outlook and experiences that will not only benefit you in your partnerships, but it's also like you're going to have an entire toolbox coming out of this program that you can help your friends with who may be in, you may not be in this situation, but your sister, your brother, your child, you know, someone who's close to you may be totally caught up in a relationship, and there's information in here that could totally help you be of service to other people too. And I think that's just huge, because relationships are everything, and we're just here to help each other and be in service. So it's going to be good, really good.
You know, it was just coming to me as you were saying all of that is this visual of reclaiming our power in relationship, and how traditionally the pattern is to blame somebody else or feel victimized, like, well, they won't change, so I'm stuck, or this is the problem, and therefore, and we're always giving our power away to the circumstance or the other person. And so much of the new paradigm of relationship is taking our power back to say, I created that. Now what would I like to create that's even more nourishing and loving and generous and joyful? And I created that, and I don't prefer to create that again. Like, and to bring that number one ownership that unhooks from the giving the power away pattern, but then to bring the playfulness to, I created that. Oh my God. Clean up on aisle 6. I created that. Alchemists, you know.
Oh, wait, and then I did it again. Oh, wait, and then I did it again.
I did it very few times, and I created the same thing.
No, it's so weird.
Right? Like, I created that. And to bring that deep love and levity into, yeah, I created that, and I'm creating something new. Like, that's
exactly. And I'm creating something new.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I created all that, and now I can create from what's possible by unhooking these old patterns.
Right. So beautiful, juicy stuff. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. And also, if people are seeing this after Monday, June 5th, it's the same thing, inalucas.com/conscious relationship.
Yeah.
Or relationships with an S.
Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. All right. Well, everybody join in, because we can make it a reality show. Will Ann get a date?
Oh my God, the new relationship paradigm reality show. Yeah. Oh my God, what's coming out of this program?
5 weeks? Is it 5 weeks? What are we doing?
6. It's 6.
Oh my God. Okay. The summer of love. I'm terrified.
Oh my God, the Grease soundtrack just came in. Cute as can be. Summer love. Happened so fast. In a paradigm relationship.
I'm going to have to get a GoPro helmet to take out on the dating scene, and like, reporting live from Conscious Relationships in the Paradigm Program. Here's me exercising my new tools. Hello. We'll get real-time data on my dating scene. All right, well, let's love and heal the world and heal ourselves and go beyond what we thought possible. And thanks for holding this space, and we will see you Monday.
Thank you. Thanks for the conversation. Welcome everyone who's coming in. Stay more inside.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right. Okay. See you guys soon. Bye.